Hello my bookish besties and welcome back to another video. I thought today we could go ahead and run through my physical TBR, do an updated physical TBR. I did one of these videos back during Bookmas, but I really want to start a TBR takedown series. So I thought as TBR takedown episode 1, we could do an updated physical TBR. I will say this doesn't include technically everything that's on my physical TBR because, like, back here, for example, we have a bunch of Cassandra Clare's technically that I still need to read. I have some Brandon Sanderson's I still need to read. I do have some stuff over there I still need to read, like Emily Wilde, The Once Upon a Broken Heart. I have some thrillers, some continuations of series, just some miscellaneous stuff like that I don't really want to bring over here. I also have a couple of fantasies that aren't necessarily on my radar at the current moment. So, like, if they're not on the cart, I don't think I'm going to include them for this challenge, if that makes sense, if you catch what I'm putting down. Basically, I want to make it to where my cart can fully fit onto one cart, because I have this whole stack right here on the side. I have this whole stack up here. Yeah, it's getting a little out of hand. I don't think I'm going to put myself on a book buying ban, but, like, that could be in our future. But anywho, without further ado, let's go through the books. Some of these videos, when I've seen them, people talk about, like, are they realistically going to read them or not? If it's on my cart, I plan to read it, but I thought we could go through the books on my TBR cart and we could discuss, like, you could give me ideas of ones you want to see me read sooner rather than later. I do have a couple of upcoming vlogs I already have planned. So I do have a fellow YouTuber chooses my reads. I was lucky enough to be in Jamie Foxx's video recently where she, like, looked at people's TBRs and chose a book for them to read. So I think I'm going to do a Jamie chooses my reads, like, vlog, I guess. She chose for me to read Catabasis in that blog, and I know she also likes A Song to John Rivers. And I have another one. Oh, a stage set for villains. So I think I'm going to read those 3 in a vlog. And then I also have my new releases vlog that I'm, like, currently actively recording. And then I do have one more, I think, maybe. And that we're cooking up, okay? So we do have the first couple of iterations of TBR Takedown kind of already chosen. But beyond that, I need your guys' help to let me know kind of some themes you'd like to see, like maybe continuing series, you know, highly anticipated reads, 5-star predictions, etc. And then if there's any books on here specifically you think I should get to sooner rather than later. So without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss the books on my physical TBR. We will go ahead and just start with these up here. First we have The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. This is her newest release. And then we have Yesteryear. I plan to read this one pretty soon. It is my book club's pick for April. And then we have Into the Blues by Emma Brody. I am probably going to read this one pretty soon as well. And we have Scars Beneath a Serpent's Scales, A Stage Set for Villains, Dagger Mouth, which I do have these like book plates for the author. And I can't decide if I want to put it in Dagger Mouth or not, because this book wasn't even released when the book plates got signed, but I'm also kind of like, that's cool. But anywho, The Night Prince, again, I'm probably going to read this one pretty soon. And then Eleanor Ophelia is Completely Fine. Back here we have Fortune's Shadow, Mercy's Light. This is by an indie author local to me. A Moral Dark. The Dagger and the Flame. This is one of those that, like, when I first picked it up, it was super high on my priority, and I've seen other people read it and really enjoy it, but I do think the longer I own it, the less excited I become about it. Let me know about this one. And then we have It's Not Her, Empire of Silence. This is book 1 in the Sun Eater series. Catabasis, which, like I mentioned, Jamie does want me to read this soon, so I do think this will be in a reading vlog coming up pretty soon. Alchemy of Secrets, Hollow by the Twisted Sisters, Shield of Sparrows. I also want to get to this one pretty soon because the second book, like, literally just came out, but alas, We just keep not reading it. Also, look at the sprayed edges. Gorgeous. The Wedding People. I like how my nails kind of aesthetically go with this book right now. The Bright Years. A Song to Drown Rivers. Curious Tides. Of Blood and Fire. Again, this is one I'm super, super excited to get to, and I have the audiobook for free, so I might as well read it soon. The Bombshell Devil's Advocate. And then last but not least, for the top shelf, we have Direbound. Okay, moving on to the second shelf here. This is like my kind of more paperback fantasies. So we have Heavenly Bodies. Again, I love how my nails just kind of aesthetically go with this. I'm excited about this one. Soul of Shadow. The Final Girl Support Group. A Multitude of Dreams. I have never heard of this one. I got it kind of on a whim at Barnes & Noble one time, to be honest. Confessions, The Paris Mysteries. This is book 2 in the Confessions, like, quartet, I guess. I read them as a child and I need to continue. They're very quick, easy YA reads. Practice Makes Perfect and In Your Dreams, both in the, what is this series called? Rome? When in Rome series, I believe. Sounds right. Legend Born. A Deadly Education. Darkly. Heartless Hunter. The Hobbit. This is one of those that kind of scares me. I couldn't tell you a single thing about this story, believe it or not. The Dead Cattails Assassins. This one is so short, I might pick it up pretty soon, just to get a little win under my belt, you know what I'm saying? It's like 200 pages, but like they're little pages. I might put this over here. Bunny. Again, this one's really short. Daisy Hates, which I have technically started. I would need to restart though. Yeah, I ended on page 28. The Devils. Children of Blood and Bone. Also, I did just remember something. I'm going to the library sale this Friday, so. But the idea is to bring our TBR number down, okay? Not to be perfect. Because I also have a bunch of books over there that is kind of like my TBR pile of like current picks, like, you know, the stuff kind of high on my radar. We're not perfect over here, guys, okay? But anywho, we're down to the bottom row of this cart now. For the Wolf. How the Fox Runs. This is a little indie book. I'm really, really excited to get to this one. From Stardust. Half a Soul. Caraval. I had a friend just recently read this and rate it 2 stars, so now I'm scared. A Stirring from the Depths. That's another indie book, by the way. Binding 13. I did find the rest of the currently published books at Half Price Books the other day when I was home, so we do have all of these now. Listen, the deal was too good to pass up, so we're gonna try. Oh my god, that is a big name of glossaries. 11/22/63. This is probably the item on my TBR cart that intimidates me the most. The Nightingale. Again, this one intimidates me quite a lot. Scythe. Fable. Hidden Pictures. And then I have King of Scars and Rule of Wolves both right here. I don't really want to get them out because they're kind of hard to get back in, but we do have those two. Okay, and then last but not least, we have this pile sitting right behind me. We have Bloodbound. Annie Knows Everything. The Fox Hunt. This is one of those that I technically had an advanced listener's copy for, but I didn't realize they approved it the day it archived. So I bought a copy so that I can, you know, actually read the dang thing. Empire of the Vampire. We're a Bad Idea, Right? This book is so cute. The Raven Boys, and then this is one of those that I did say earlier. I have some series that I have the rest of them. I do have the rest of the books. They're all over there. Crux. How to Write a Love Story. of War of Wyverns. This is the second book in a Language of Dragons. This was one of those that, like, I think I would have to read a recap of the first book in order to read this, to be honest. Mile High, I think I finally want to get into this series this spring. It feels a very spring summery series to me for some reason. Love on the Ice, I have never heard of this one. I applied for a giveaway on NetGalley, or no, sorry, on Goodreads, and I won. So this was the book I won. Also, it said it was a advanced reader's copy for March 2026. This showed up on my doorstep like 2 weeks ago. It's like April, which I guess it's not as dramatic as I thought. For some reason in my mind right now is August. Anywho. Heart of Iron. This is one of Ashley Poston's like backlog items that aren't romances, and I think it sounds really good. Okay, and then last but not least, for the physical pile we are kind of prioritizing, we have Rhythm of War. This is book 4 of the Stormlight Archive. Like I mentioned though, I do have about probably 6 plus other Brandon Sandersons over there on the shelf, but this is my next one to pick up. But okay, that is my entire like priority physical TBR, I guess you could say, because like I said, I do have about 5 more over there, so I'll include those in the numbers. And then I do have some shelves that have miscellaneous TBR that's like, if I get to it soon, I get to it. It's not high on my radar though. Let's go ahead and count how many total books are on my TBR. I don't know, actually. Oh man. I'm gonna count. Okay, so not including like the books I'm currently reading slash like continuations of series slash like the Brandon Sandersons and Cassandra Clare's, etc. Just counting what was in slash around the cart, I have 71 TBR pile books, which is actually way better than I was thinking. I just don't know if my storage is bad or what, but I feel like 71 is not that bad of a number. I feel like I watch a lot of booktubers on here that are like beating my 250 plus TBR, but then they show like a singular cart and I'm like, where are the rest of those books going, girl? But anywho, like I mentioned earlier, let me know down in the comments below what books you think I should prioritize to read first and what kind of themed reading vlogs you'd like to see from me tackling my TBR pile. And without further ado, thank you so much for watching today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.